Nintendo put out a Nintendo Direct last week and announced a game that no one was really expecting kind of out of the blue called Pokemon Rumble Rush. And then subsequently just immediately put it out there into the wild, at least in Australia. We had to wait like a week or a few days to get it here in the States and in other countries, which is why my coverage of this is a little delayed because I was ready to hop right on this. And Pokemon Rumble Rush is actually a game that is super addicting. And for a while, I had actually been kind of hoping they would bring it to mobile because to me, it's kind of the perfect fit. And it seems like that is the case because this game is fun. So the original Pokemon Rumble was actually a WiiWare title. And unfortunately, I never owned it like officially. I only played it in emulators. I never really did a whole lot of Wii stuff back in the day. Back in the day. Has Wii Retro yet? But the concept was you played as these Pokemon toys, which would be wound up, and then you kind of went through these levels and tried to boss rush your way to a Battle Royale mode. And this was way before the Battle Royale first-person shooter game mode ever even became super popular or anything. So this was a kind of weird game entry for the time, but you played as these toys and you went on little adventures completing levels to collect new Pokemon and more stronger Pokemon so you could beat the bosses and participate in the Battle Royale and try to win. Well, this game is kind of like a slimmed down version of that, as far as I can tell, without the Battle Royale element. Hence the name Rush. It is a boss rush game. So you start out with your Pokemon, you go through the different islands or areas of the map. You know, you got the whole Pokemon map completion thing that's typical in most Pokemon games. And you do the boss rushes and collect different Pokemon and complete challenges in order to progress further throughout and collect different Pokemon. So right now, the three main Pokemon I'm using are like a Poliwhirl, a Magmar, and a Diglett, I think, because they're my strongest types, because you have to have a certain CP or combat power level in order to fight the bosses. And a lot of the different, mechanic updates from Pokemon Go and Pokemon Let's Go, like CP, are kind of integrated here throughout. And as you defeat the bosses, you either get them as a Pokemon to join your party, and if you don't, you can refight them, and eventually you might get them as a boss to join, or a Pokemon to join your party. Or they will also drop coins, which you use to unlock stuff, of course. They will drop Ho-Oh guide feathers, which allow you to find new, wild Pokemon patches basically on the map that you can then level through to collect new Pokemon and find. There's little upgrade cogs that you can attach to your different Pokemon. So there's ones that increase your move power. There's ones that increase the move power of certain elemental types, so water, fire, psychic, etc. There's a summon token, which you can add so that while you're playing through as one Pokemon, you can summon in like a Pikachu to use Thunderbolt on your enemy, or a Rattata to sit there and quick attack a lot of enemies at once. That's a pretty cool element. And then they also drop what's called ores, and these are the kind of time gate-y features, the farming features, where you have to sit there and wait on it to refine the ore into more upgrades or unlocks. And so far I've had just normal ores, there's uncommon ores, and then I got a rare ore, which is like a giant weird star shape. But they take a long time to refine. Like the normal ones take about 30 minutes, I think. The uncommon ones take like 2 hours, and then I don't know how long the rare ones take. I don't even think I got to the point of telling it to refine yet, but typical mobile game stuff. There's little microtransactions. There are different bundles and starter packs you can buy for real world money. I went ahead and bought the $3 one, which gives you 400 diamonds, which are the currency that you use to accelerate your refines and do some other stuff. There's like 3 different currencies going in this game. I don't know what's with games having so many currencies these days, but it's very hard to keep track of. And then you get a Pikachu summon token that you get to use. And so I've been abusing the heck out of that. And I did go ahead and buy one accelerated refine on an uncommon ore, and just to see what came in it. You don't get anything too super special, but it was pretty cool. So along with progressing through the map and boss rushing the bosses, there's also a tournament mode where you can fight the different tiers once you have combat power level. The first one I already fought and won as far as I know, but you can keep fighting it every day. And then the second tier is for CP 300, and I'm not quite there yet, so I haven't entered that yet. I'm not really sure what the incentive for doing that is, other than just an alternate play mode and getting to battle more and things like that. And then if there are people around you, this actually helps you throughout the normal adventure mode, because there can be Pokemon sightings of, like, if it thinks that, I don't know how like region connects people together, because if everyone's playing, then there's going to be people everywhere on the map, but it thinks that certain people are near you on the map in the game, and then it will show you like they saw a Tangela over here, so you go click on that area if you have a guide feather, and it will unlock the Tangela cave or beach or what have you, and the same thing for other ones. And then if you're at a particular spot, you can see their little ships flying around, and if you click on their ship, then you can actually fight through that level with that person's main selected Pokemon alongside you. Now, this isn't real-time co-op or anything like that. It is clearly just dropping their Pokemon in and letting it fight with you. But it's kind of neat little, you know, layers or instances kind of thing, and kind of cool to mess around with and have a little buddy to help you fight. And makes it a little bit more fun, but also super easy so far, because I'm basically like one-shotting bosses when I do this and letting the teammates' Pokemon just take care of all the extra Pokemon. I don't know what the end goal with that is, but so far it's been a lot of fun, and I've put in a stupid amount of time in it so far. I keep having to charge my phone. It's pretty good. My only real complaint is that it's vertical only. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't give you a widescreen option. Nintendo's doing that with a lot of their mobile games at the moment. And like Pokemon Quest was widescreen and took advantage of the 2x1 screens and things like that, but Mario Run and this one are both vertical games. A little annoying for me, but I think it works because the levels are designed with that in mind, so they're basically just vertical, you know, linear paths that you follow. And overall, it seems like they've gotten away from the concept, even though they have the same art style, but that the Pokemon are toys, because you have space, you have like ships you fly around in and levels that you complete, and it seems more like they're meant to be like real Pokemon now, even though they have the same toy art style, but it's pretty fun. And I will say, I just put out a video on this channel about how mobile games are not living up to their potential because they take so long to get into the gameplay and things like that. And other than linking my Nintendo account, which I'm super grateful for because that wasn't available when Pokemon Quest launched, other than linking my Nintendo account, I was able to hop right in. Now, granted, there was about a 30-minute tutorial segment, but that segment did include most of the gameplay and just kind of let you warm up to some of the extra mechanics, because basically you just kind of tap, your Pokemon moves around on its own, and then you tap to attack, you hold it down to charge up an attack and release a stronger attack, which is really useful as long as you don't get hit, and then you can swipe away to kind of do a dodge roll. And so you can actually, it's supposed to be time-based. However, the completion time makes no sense to me, because the completion time that it rates you at is not how long you actually spent in the level, and it's not how long you had left either. For example, there could be a boss rush that only gives you 50 seconds. I beat it in 10 seconds. I'm given a rating of like 1 minute, 10 seconds. And I don't have a clue what that's supposed to mean or how to improve it, because the number doesn't really associate with anything that I can identify in the game. That part's really weird. But otherwise, you can use the little swipe dodge roll to like speed yourself along, and you can skip Pokemon if you want to, but then you're missing out on coins. The tickets are used for speeding up things or like half speeding up things, and then I'm assuming they're used for something else later in the game, and then the diamonds are the main like, I want this now, unlock token kind of thing. The coins are used for upgrading your cogs. So your little gears that you get that are like move upgrades or whatever, you can then get upgrade tokens for those. And then once you have enough, you have to spend your coins, your gold, in order to actually complete that upgrade. So that's what those are for. But yeah, you can abuse the little dodge roll to kind of speed run the levels. And so that provides a different layer of challenge. And there's some cool stuff you can do. So, and of course, circle strafe your heart out if you so desire. So yeah, Pokemon Rumble Rush is a blast, which is funny because I'm pretty sure the 3DS version of the game was called Pokemon Rumble Blast. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, different take on the Pokemon franchise, and honestly the kind of Pokemon game I was looking forward to on mobile. Of course, you could do something along the lines of an actual like Game Boy level Pokemon game on mobile. It could totally handle it, but that would take more dev time, and I think there would be a lot of people who would be frustrated that a core Pokemon experience was released on mobile. I don't know. I feel like there would be a negative response to it. I would be a huge fan of it, of course, but honestly, if we're gonna get spin-off, not quite the same kind of gameplay for this, Pokemon Rumble is the way to go. So link to it might be in the description down below. I don't know if I have the ability to link Google Play games easily at this point, but if so, it'll be there. Otherwise, search for it in your app store. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe for more gaming nostalgia and gaming tech content, whatever. This is my secondary channel. I'm trying to revive it this year, and I'm also completely redoing my game room. As you can see here, I have a new shelf for the first time in over a year in the game room, and I'm happy to load it up and get some like dedicated sets going, and then we're redoing the streaming setup, and I'm gonna be live streaming on Fridays this year, but that's excluding the week after this week, because I will be at DreamHack Dallas, and I don't think I can talk about why yet, but I will be there, and you can come say hi if you're gonna be there. I'm hoping to attend the Halo event. Super stoked for that. And then there's a weekend in July that I will be at LTX Expo, Linus's convention. So I won't be able to hit every Friday, but that's gonna be my recurring day for live streams, and I'm pretty stoked for that. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.